What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trey, and as usual, I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. Today, we're going to talk about the WNBA injury updates. But before we do that, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, comment, tell anyone about the show. Trying to get the ratings up a little bit, just a little bit. But like I said, today we're going to talk about the WNBA injury updates for the 2025 season. It's been some decent ones, and they do affect not only their teams, but the WNBA. So let's talk about them, shall we? So just to give you a quick little shout out, right? As we can see, here are the WNBA. Oops. Here are the WNBA standings. My bad, ladies and gentlemen. Now we have the Lynx at number 1. Liberty at number 2, Mercury at number 3, Storm at number 4, Dream at number 5, Fever at number 6, Ace at number 7, Mystics number 8, Valkyrie number 9, Sparks number 10, Wings at number 11, Sky at 12, and number 13, unluckily, is the Sun. Now, with that, let's go ahead and take a quick little gander at the injuries, because you see the listing, so you see how the teams stack up right now, point in time, just a little bit after the All-Star break, right? Cool. So let's look at the injuries and see just how they're plaguing their teams. So, as y'all can see, we got here the Atlanta Dream to talk about first. And we're not going to pick on them. It's not like these injuries are the most significant. Atlanta comes first in the alphabet. Like, I don't know what to tell y'all. So, we got here the Atlanta Dream. They're missing Jordin Canada and Rhyne Howard. Ladies and gentlemen, this is big for me, because these are two of their starters. All right, but Rhyne Howard is absolutely their best player. I'm sorry. She is. And that's big. All right. Losing your best player. Now she's coming back August 1st. Same thing with Jordin Canada. So that's literally right around the corner. So they'll be back. So it's not like they're missing a lot of time. But the cohesion piece. I do want the Atlanta Dream to be able to get a little bit more chemistry on the court. 'Cause let's not forget, Jordin Canada was out at the beginning of the season too. And then Rhyne Howard was out during the All-Star break. So there was time where, people aren't playing together. You need that time to mesh well. So if you can get your star back on track before the before the playoffs start, along with your starting point guard, I think you might be able to work out something. And again, the Dream have a lot of talent. They just need the cohesion to be able to get over that hump. And that's what I got a question mark about. Now, let's go ahead and shift on down to this Chicago Sky. Because again, ladies and gentlemen, y'all saw where do y'all remember what Dream were? They was right here. They was right here, right? Now, the Chicago Sky. Yeah, I was about to scroll down. Damn, they don't know. They right here. They at the bottom. They at the bottom. There it goes. Now, when we go back to the injury list, you see they got a couple of people. Now, Courtney Vandersloot was a big injury. And here's what I got to say before I get to the Chicago Sky. ESPN, y'all got to do a better job at this. This estimated return date, it is now almost August. And y'all talking about some May 1st. Liars. Like, just put TBD. You can easily code TBD in any situation like this. You see an ACL, TBD. Like, ask any coder or tell any coder about a regular expression. I promise you can easily do that for this part. Anyways, back to the story though. That's just my little quick IT thing in there. Courtney Vandersloot. I'm not saying she's like the star player, but she's pretty notable for the Chicago Sky's history. And being out, I think that did hurt / cripple the Sky's chances just a little bit. Because again, she's their best playmaker. She's one of the best playmakers in the history of the game, and she can still score just a little bit. Not a lot, but enough. Okay, she can shoot the ball well. Pairing that with Ariel Atkins, who you just traded for, and she had like an all-star caliber season not too long ago for the Mystics. That's tough. That's tough. She had a little injury. Now, granted, Ariel's coming back, okay, very soon, like right around the corner. But again, that youth you're going to have to rely upon. And I think a player like Ariel does give you a little help. And again, they've had injuries throughout the season too. So I hate the fact Chicago Sky are dealing with what they're dealing with. But Courtney Vandersloot being out really crippled them, because it also affects Hailey Van Lith, ladies and gentlemen. So again, when I see the Chicago Sky at the bottom of the barrel almost, it makes sense. Now, I did think they had the talent to just miss the playoffs. But again, that was incorporating Courtney Vandersloot. She could help Angel Reese, like feed her the ball. Same with Camila Cardoza. And also teach Hailey Van Lith how to play the game. her being out because of ACL tear, that does hurt. So again, Chicago Sky, second, I do get it. Now, when you see the Dallas Wings, you see the Dallas Wings are third, ladies and gentlemen. And when you come back over here, you see the Dallas Wings, they missing a couple people. But I think it's not because of injuries as to why they out. They just don't have enough talent yet. End of the day, they got some good pieces, got some good role players, and they have arguably two stars in Enrique and Paige Bueckers. Maddie Seagreaves, I am curious what role she could be. Would she be a third option? I don't know. I like she sometimes makes me feel like she could. Then sometimes I feel like maybe just a fourth option. So her being out and she coming back relatively soon. All right, I'll rock with that because again, that tells me they're not dealing with too many injuries. So again, from a Wings perspective, the injury report ain't really saying that's the reason why y'all at the bottom. It's more so a talent thing. Tyasha Harris out for the whole season. I do feel it. Again, right here, May 1st, they got to change that. TBD it. Come on now, get your regular expressions out there, coders. Come on now. ESPN, I expect better from you because it's past May 1st. Past May 1st. But again, though, Dallas Wings, y'all at the bottom of the barrel. Now, y'all see the Golden State Valkyries are the next team. They right here. And if y'all noticing, they right above my Sparks. I do expect that to change relatively soon. And the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, is this. They do not have Kayla Thornton no more. Matter of fact, Kayla Thornton's injury happened after May 1st. So why are we back at it again? Come on now. But right knee surgery. She had a successful right knee surgery. I hate this for Kayla Thornton. The Valkyries' first All-Star, her first All-Star season. And she had a wonderful 2 years. NBA or WNBA champion. And then All-Star season? Come on now, bro. Like, I hate the fact she's missing the rest of the season, man, because she was playing well. But this now does help me think, well, are the Valkyries going to tank and try to get that top draft pick for next season? Because I thought they were going to, and they've been playing really well this season. So does this allow them to officially tank? Like, are y'all going to make it to the playoffs? No one expected you to win, but then again, not a lot of people expect them to be in the playoff hunt to begin with. So now that you lost your star player, I think you have the ability to now tank for another player who could eventually become a star in the WNBA, like a Lauren Betts, maybe an Olivia Miles, maybe AZ Foot. Who knows who they're going to try to choose? But again, you could try to lower your draft stock and potentially make something shake. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But yeah, losing Kayla Thornton is tough. Monique Billings, she comes back, good player, coming back very soon. See what happens. But again, ladies and gentlemen, Golden State Valkyries, they have an opportunity now to finally tank. Y'all see the Indiana Fever because they were the next team that we were going to talk about. Commissioner Cup champs, right? Y'all see where they stacked up. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th right now. All right, that's cool. Well, here's the thing. I know everybody been waiting for this. Caitlin Clark. Y'all see the name highlighted right there, right? Estimated return date, ladies and gentlemen, August 12th. She did something to her groin. Like her left groin. I know when I hear that about the NBA, I think, you know what I'm saying? So like when I think WNBA, that was my first thought, left groin. I don't know about that, champ. But she been out for a minute with it though. So we got to take it seriously. And again, August 12th is the supposed date that she's going to be back. Now, when I'm looking at that timeline, look at this. We got Dallas Wings coming up. Then we got the Seattle Storm. Okay, so that's 3 for the Spark. My Sparks, we get to play them without Caitlin Clark. Oh. Then you got Phoenix Mercury, Chicago Sky, back at the Dallas Wings. So this is the estimated return date. Again, to play Paige Bueckers. And I want to say this is the final time, too. And we're getting pretty daggone close to playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm very curious if Caitlin Clark is going to come back by the time she gets to play Paige Bueckers for potentially that final time her rookie season. I would love to see that because y'all know I've been saying that's going to be the narrative, the storyline, and I genuinely believe it would have been if Caitlyn were actually healthy this season. No Paige Bueckers stands, which that might be me. Caitlyn won't duck and smoke because we have seen them go up head to head at least once. I would love to see at least twice now, though. And that August 12th deadline, that's 6 games from now. So how does she return and how does she play for the playoffs? I'm going to be monitoring that for the latter part of the WNBA season. But I hope Caitlin Clark is able to return healthy because she does help the WNBA out in viewership. We got to be fair about this. Can't lie. But again, I want to see how the Fever do with her because they won the Commissioner Cup champ without Caitlin Clark. So tackling on the expectations that the stands and fans of Caitlin Clark have thrown upon her, I'm very curious what she do. But let's see what happens, though. Let's see what happens. But again, y'all know where the Fever are. Now, the Aces, y'all saw the Aces were the next team, and they're 7th. This is kind of disappointing. This is very disappointing. But hear me out. It's not the reason why, but I do understand part of the slippage, okay? The depth won't bear the way I thought it was going to be. That also includes a second options. Like Jewel Lloyd is not the second option I thought she could be. And I thought Jackie Young was second option caliber too, so maybe Jewel could even be third option. I'm questioning if Jewel Lloyd should even be the third option on the team. But Cheyenne Parker Tyus, ladies and gentlemen, that was a big drop for me because again, I thought she had 6 Woman of the Year caliber talent, but she's out and not because of injury, because of maternity leave. So one of my question marks is actually how is she going to return when she comes back? And could we get this to be like a Fred VanVleet situation when he was on the Raptors? Because Fred was snapping that season, that playoffs. Like, he could not miss. So, again, maybe what happens if we get Cheyenne Parker Tyus to have that Fred VanVleet-esque sort of playoff run if she returns? And I think that could help the Aces out. I still view them as a contender. They got the possibility. So, again, Miss Parker, Tyus, I guess we can't say Parker no more, huh? I expect you to return pretty well and help out this ace squad because maybe you could be the ace in the hole because, yeah, they've been playing piss poor this year. I ain't going to lie to you. But, you know, aces, yeah, y'all going to have to tighten up. Now, y'all saw the Lynx as the next team that we got. They doing pretty well. And everything's going pretty well for the Lynx. I can't lie to you, and that does make me wonder. Okay, are they really going to win? Because again, everything is going right for the Lynx. Now, when we look at injuries, every team that I've talked about have had like not substantial injuries, but like pretty notable injuries. Don't get me wrong, Karlie Samuelson is a notable injury, but they clearly can get by without her. So again, it's not like they losing a lot, and that's not a slight at Karlie because they were doing well without Kayla McBride too for a second. So it's not like Karlie's gonna make or break the bank, but she is a wonderful shooter, and it does suck that they were not able to get her because again, she's out for the whole season. Whole season. That is very unfortunate. It's like that is so tough. Matter of fact, yeah, but again, the Lynx are doing quite well. And I got to bring this up because you see the Storm right here, and y'all see where the Storm are. They're 4th. I hate the perception of this because the Samuelson family is really going through it right now. Because look, Katie Lou Samuelson, she's out whole season. Y'all see the May 1st. So y'all know it's a TBD for me. But again, the Samuelson family, Karlie and Katie Lou, I hate it for you guys because they were on my Sparks at one point in time. And I do appreciate the ability that they have. They can score, they can shoot a little bit. I appreciate them as players, good, solid role players. Hated that they're out of the season too. So wish the Samuelson sisters a speedy recovery, come back strong. Y'all want to come back to the Sparks, I ain't mad at you. Maybe you don't want to because I just said y'all were irrelevant damn near. Let's move on before I get cussed out. Let's talk about here the Lynx or the Liberty, because y'all saw they were the next team. Well, they were the team in between the Lynx and the Storm. And ironically, they're in between the Lynx and the Storm right here, too. Fun fact. So, when we're talking about the Liberty, it's very interesting that they've dealt with a little bit of injuries. Like, if y'all peep for starters, they've lost additional players outside of these guys, outside of these ladies. Like, Emma Meesman just got to the team, and she out. Like, she ain't returned. Come on now. Brianna Stewart is the star. Now, she coming back. But still, though, we got injury history. We got injuries throughout. Jonquel Jones just got back. They missing Benaje Laney because of maternity leave. I think was it maternity leave? I think so. Or maybe a knee injury. I got to double check that one. Dag, I'm getting old. Then they lost Leonie Phoebus to overseas play. So this Liberty squad is really dealing with injuries. Then we got Kennedy Burke here coming back August 16th. Nyara Sabati, who played really well for the Liberty in the playoffs, in the finals last season, injured. Tough. Now they're coming back, luckily. But this does mess up the cohesion of the Liberty. So as long as they're getting back on track, they don't have no rust entering playoffs, should be fine. But stuff like this, I do note injuries are part of the game, but they're gonna have to shake off this rust. But again, ladies and gentlemen, they number 2 in the league, even with all that. That's pretty damn good. Like that's pretty good. So if y'all sports betting folk, I get it if you wanna put some money on the Liberty repeating, because they did look repeat-esque. I will say that. But the final team that we got to talk about. Well, two more before we close up shop. We got to talk about the Mystics, because as y'all see, they right here at 8. Now this is another playoff team. Apparently, if the season were to end right now, they would be a playoff team. Well, they've had decent success, but a little bit of injury history too. Because keep in mind, Shakira Austin was injured as well during the season. Aaliyah Edwards, injured currently. Coming back, though, but still, this affects cohesion, ladies and gentlemen, for the team. Georgia Moore, she was out for the whole season because she tore her ACL. So, again, that one actually is going to affect them because of the future. I think she lost a lot of reps that she could have got with this squad. So now next season, I'm curious how she returns. Does she return confidently? But this season, they have been dealing with some injuries. But even still, they've been able to go to the play. They've at least been in the playoff hunt. So because of that, I do appreciate the Washington Mystics and what they've done. Again, in the playoff hunt, still got some injuries. That does affect this squad. And they're a young team relatively. Tip of the cap to the Washington Mystics. But, ladies and gentlemen, again, they're in the playoff hunt, as y'all can see. Now, my final team, though, I got to talk about my Sparks, because I'm not biased when I say this. Yes, we highlighted right now. We weren't, like, we were supposed to be in the playoff hunt a lot earlier than this. I was wholeheartedly expecting us to be in the playoffs, like at least an 8th seed, 7th seed, something. We just lost Cameron Brink off the injury report list. So she's now playing with us. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, that was our number 2 pick last season. So if she can shake off her rust and add some value, because keep in mind too, she got injured early last season. So there's a learning curve for her right now. But there's a world where we could run a lineup of Kelsey Plum, Rakia Jackson, Cameron Brink, Dearica Hamby, and Azurá Stevens. That's a team that could space the floor out and be a defensive juggernaut minus Kelsey Plum. So for me, I do like that squad. The only thing that pisses me off the most about it is I'm thinking if we had gotten the number 1 draft pick last year, we probably could have had Paige Bueckers. And then we would have had Paige Bueckers, Rakia Jackson, Cameron Brink, Azurá Stevens, and Dearica Hamby. And that would have been a quality starting 5 for me for the future. And we would have been in the playoff hunt today. But I'm happy that Cameron Brink's off the injury reserve list and we get to see what we're about, because there is pressure on my Sparks, because if we don't make the playoffs, Kelsey Plum, got some question marks about you. Rickea Jackson, you were traded, and we got to see some production. We have seen production, but it's got to equate to playoffs. Same with Azare and De'Erica. Y'all been in the league for a couple seasons now. We need to get to the playoffs, ladies. So again, we don't have no injuries no more. No notable injuries. No more excuses. We have to get to the playoffs this season. And y'all currently see we close. And again, this is 6th, 7th. You mean tell me we can't get to 8th? Word? All right, that's a bet. And keep in mind, we just beat the Mystics recently. So if we beat the Mystics again, that means if we tie with the Mystics, we get the tiebreaker. That means we go to the playoffs. So the Sparks and the Mystics, that's going to be a critical game come August. So be on the lookout for that game, ladies and gentlemen. But again, that's the injury report so far. So y'all have heard how everybody's being affected. Y'all have heard I feel about my team, at least. But I'm curious, is there an injury that I did not list, that I did not talk about, that y'all want to hear about? Let me know. Or how do y'all think these injuries actually affect the teams? Do y'all think the injuries are really affecting the teams that much, especially if they're coming back pretty soon? I think it does, or I think it can, because it does affect the cohesion of some players or some teams. So again, that's my thoughts about that. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to hear your thoughts. So please definitely make sure to continue to, one, support the WNBA, but two, also continue to support my show. I greatly appreciate it. So please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone about the show. As y'all can see, this is the ending of it. But my name is Trey. I'm the host of Get a Bucket. Hope you all are having a good one. Take care.